as they roll through turns 3 and 4. We get our go time music, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Confederate capital, 188, here at Richmond Raceway. "22 fast motherfuckers in the field, taking on our short track first one of the season under the lights. The track is cool. It's going to be grippy, but once those tires heat up, it's going to get slippy. Douglas Henry putting that 66 K&N Chevrolet on pole. As the pace truck looks like it's going to get close to pulling off, it'll be Douglas Henry's lead. As it's green flag and away they go. Douglas Henry with the lead as they go down. And the turns 1 and 2. To his outside, Daniel Honeycutt battling on the top. He's going to try to slide in here. Chris Warren behind him is going to let them in. Down the backstretch they go, but it's Daniel Honeycutt with a big run to the outside that puts him in the lead. Douglas Henry taking a run back up to the bottom right now. He's not going to be able to make it happen as it's Daniel Honeycutt that's going to lead lap 1 at Richmond. Whoa, Douglas Henry gets really tight there. Chris Warren's going to pass him, and he might just drop a little bit, as it looks like that's Brett Powell making the attack on him as they go down into turns 3 and 4. But he might be able to battle back just a little bit on the outside. Daniel Honeycutt still with the lead. Chris Warren following behind. Douglas Henry P3 trying to fend off Brett Powell in P4. He's going to hold on to P3, and look who it is. Maybe burning off his tires a little bit quicker than I would assume he should, but Matthew Hill is now in the top 5. And right behind him is Greg Jody. He's going to hit pit road.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, we got a yellow. Oh, Jaheim Carty, crash. Oh, no, what happened? We're going to watch the replay here. What happened to Jaheim? Coming out of the corner, gets loose just like an auto club. Locks it up, but he does keep it off the wall. He will be able to keep running. Raymond Wimmer the second, Dustin Alexander, Timothy Perryman, Anthony Callahan, Samuel Lang is that top 10 as they go through the restart zone. Great jump out of Matthew. We're back underway under green. Gets a good jump, and already look behind them. It's a battle. Christian Snyder to the inside of Greg. Greg, I thought he was going to pull in there, but he almost sideswipes Christian. Maybe he got a little bit tight and slowed up on the corner. Coming through turns 3 and 4. Matthew Hill still with the lead. It's Matthew Hill that retains leading. Oh, big crash behind.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, Dustin Alexander, Aaron Warren, and our pole sitter Douglas Henry involved. Oh, what happened? We're going to go ahead and go to the replay. Looking at a corner. Oh, it's Dustin Alexander up into the wall. Comes down and collects the field. We'll see if we could get a good look on what happened here. Just really tight coming off the corner. Comes down. He's going to tag Douglas Henry. And there's just nowhere for a lot of these cars to go. Look at Aaron Warren. Smashes into Dustin Alexander. Looks like Jaheim Carty there in that purple car finds damage as well. Let's go ahead and get Douglas Henry back up in here for a second time. Hey, Douglas, this is Noah up in the booth. You got a copy?
Copy that.
Hey, man, so go ahead and take us through what happened from your point of view and how's the damage on the car?
You talking about with the 4 or the 22?
Well, that wreck from your point of view, what kind of happened there?
Well, the 22 hit the wall, and then instead of keeping it there, he came right down and turned me around. I got wheel damage, but feels okay. We'll see what happens next, I guess.
All right, hopefully you still have that pole sitting speed. Sorry to see what happens to you, but you still got a lot of time left in this race, buddy.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Stop was very important. And it's just unfortunate a lot of these cars know where to go. Exit of turn 2 is tight. But it's Daniel Honeycutt. Lead us through the restart zone. Back up through the throttle as they go. And already Lucas Lewis looking on the inside of Anthony Callahan. Anthony up and out of the groove a little bit, just trying to give him space. Behind him, Timothy Perriman wants to follow in. But Lucas Lewis fully clears Anthony and is now hunting down Daniel Honeycutt.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, but there is a caution. Oh, my. Christopher Jones, it appears, has had an accident. Let's go into the replay and see what happened here. Oh, Timothy Perryman, it gets really tight off the corner. It appears he had the bad end of that. We'll watch that again. Timothy Perryman comes down, makes contact with the other breast cancer awareness car. And, I mean, Christopher Jones, bottom of 3 wide. There's nowhere for him to go here. You'll see there's just nothing he can do. He is going to bounce off the wall, and I'm sure that's some pretty gnarly contact. We are going to have some issues here and there, but it's on love for the game. In short track racing, it's a good jump out of Daniel, and Matthew Heal's going to take advantage of a Lucas Lewis. Maybe a little bit of a mishap on that restart. Don't think he quite gunned it like he could have. But Lucas Lewis is going to defend. He's going to hold. And oh, looks like Anthony Callahan got into the wall just a little bit. Appears he may be all right. Look at all these purple cars underneath the blanket. Just a little bit. Hard charges it, but he is going to arc it down, and he's still going to find some speed off the corner. Down to the bottom. Here comes Matthew Heel, looking for P2. There's the difference, and Matthew Heel is just going to about clear him as Lucas Lewis sure got a bumper full of that 53 car, and now he's already under attack by Greg Jodet. And he begins to run down Daniel Honeycutt. While he begins to run down Daniel Honeycutt, let's go on board with him while I drink some water. Something that we told Matthew Heel not to do, and that there's no way he could get away with, was shifting. But as you can hear right now, Matthew Heel is shifting, and he's quick. I can't quite believe it. I thought he was joking, but I think he's been driving too many next-gen cars, but it looks like we might have a battle for the lead now, as it's Matthew Heel on the inside of Daniel Honeycutt. Daniel 1 lane above the groove. Trying to ease his tires in. Again, the difference in those tires is about 6 or 7 laps, but that is making the difference as Matthew Heel charging the bottom again. He's just not quite getting there. He's getting close, but not quite there. The exception of Brett running down Lucas Lewis. We'll go back on board with him, and I'll let you guys ride around with the number 4 of Brett 50 Cow Pal. Mr. Daniel putting another car lap down. That's a Timothy Perriman number 41 car. And now Daniel Honeycutt has successfully lapped every single car in the field except for the top 10. He just has the top 10 left, and you can tell they are in his sights. And this is just what a long green flag run does. And these tires are worn out, and it might come down to just who plays the game of chicken and pits first. Now, who's going to make that move? Because if I see 3 or 4 cars start pitting, it might entice me to head down pit road as well. But none of these guys up here up front are budging. But they are spread out. Each car just about a second and a half between each other. Oh, we got a pass. I think, yes, Anthony Callahan has hit pit road. The first to do it, and along with him is Greg Jodett. First 2 cars to hit pit road at the end of this green flag cycle. What does that do for the rest of the field? I mean, we'll just have to see. But they are going to hit pit road. And look at that, our leader, Daniel Honeycutt. He's going to come down pit road. That leaves Matthew Heel leading. Those guys' tires were just about the same. I believe Christian Snyder also hitting pit road. Anthony Callahan now exiting. Daniel Honeycutt coming out. Couple of cars here on pit road. Brett Powell yet to come down. Here comes Raymond Wimmer entering his pit box. He's going to drive through quite a few of them. There's no rule against that in PAL, but damn, man. Be a little bit realistic. But Matthew Heel, he is in pit road now. He's going to take 4 fresh tires. So he might have bugged out a little bit. Oh, look at that. Aaron Warren has now exited pit road. 80 laps down. Damage finally done. He'll be able to rejoin and make up some laps here. Make up some points maybe. According to the calculations here in the booth, he can finish at least P17. When we look at our lead here, Douglas Henry, because of those cautions, he pit earlier than everybody else. I'm sure his tires are just a little bit fresher. Well, actually, maybe not. It is showing lap 43 was the last time he did pit. So we're just waiting for him to make his choice to roll down pit road, as Callahan is going to unlap himself around him on those fresh tires. But I believe the real battle for the lead, I want to believe it's Daniel Honeycutt. I believe he still retains the lead here, because everybody from Timothy Perriman up has yet to pit. So once this cycles out, it is Daniel Honeycutt, still your leader. This is the gap to P2. Anthony Callahan.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, caution. 50 cal. Pal is around. Let's see if we can find him. What happened there? And that's a caution the guys up front wanted to see. Well, let's watch Barrett. See what happens here. Coming off the corner, and yep, just gets loose. Throws it around, and he has just pitted. So similar to Jaheim during Auto Club, those fresh tires, not quite used to how green they are. Daniel Honeycutt, still in command of this race. To his outside, Anthony Callahan, and here they go. Up through the gears, good jump out of Daniel. Anthony Callahan already under attack by Lucas Lewis. Lucas to the bottom, just about got into his back bumper. Behind them, Chris Warren hard charges up. He might be able to grab 2 positions here. Just about clears Douglas, not quite. Matthew Heel, I think, might have gotten into the safer barrier, but oh, what happened to Daniel? Daniel missed the corner. It's Lucas Lewis to the bottom. Lucas Lewis, can he lead a lap here? Yes, he will. That's a point on the board for him. First career lap led in PAL, and it happens at lap 131. And he's going to full clear Daniel Honeycutt as they go down the backstretch. Oh, but here comes Daniel Honeycutt in that 72 back to the bottom. It looked like Anthony Callahan had to get out of the throttle quite a bit. Wasn't quite ready for the 72 to be that slow. The way he arced it into that corner. He's going to keep hard charging. Look at these cars. finding that clean air, hard charging these corners, really using up these tires here. They know this could be for the win. This track position may be where you end up running for the rest of the race, as Anthony Callahan is going to kind of fall back from Chris Warren. You see Douglas Henry waiting, but just like that, Daniel Honeycutt has maybe backed off just a little bit from Lucas Lewis. Lucas Lewis now confirmed all clear. Your new leader. Look at Honeycutt, big run to the outside, maybe a little bit of an overdrive, less of a run. And that allows Chris to get close to his bumper. Oh, Chris loose off the corner. It's a caution. He's into the wall. Big front end damage for the short track king. Oh, no. Oh, no. Chris, what happened there? Let's see this in slow-mo. You can see here, he's just up on the 72, tries to get the power down a little bit too quick. That's what happens, and this is going to be severe nose damage. The driver to keep your eye on. We brought up how he was saving the tires the most. Christian Snyder is in command of this race, and yeah, his tires may be 15 laps older or so, but he was saving those Johns, as my buddy AJ Hendricks will say. Discord, by the way. Christian Snyder, this is no up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, here we go. Discord might be act up a little bit because of my internet, but it seems we have you. And before you guys go green, tell me about you staying out. Now, we saw you saving your tires. Do you think you can hold off the charging 66 at Douglas Henry?
No, absolutely not. I'm just hoping for a caution late. I still have one set of tires. I can slap those on and drive around the field. So just hoping for a late caution, get a set of tires, and I know I can't beat Daniel or Doug straight up, so got to pull some type of strategy.
Absolutely. We're happy to see some strategy. Have fun, Chris. I'm rooting for you, buddy.
Thank you.
Top 5 here. Christian Snyder is in command of a race. And here he goes. Up through the gears. Oh, Timothy Perriman, bad start back behind them. And he's getting taken 3 wide, and he's dumping like a rock as they go into turns 1 and 2. Look at Matthew Heel way wide up out of the groove. Timothy Perriman still stuck falling backwards. Oh, it's a crash behind Lucas Lewis, Timothy Perriman. Lucas Lewis on the outside. Oh, Lucas just gets tight and then loose off the wall, comes down. Who does he collect there? He collects Timothy Perriman. So not quite what I thought it was. I thought he might have gotten into Timothy Perriman, but it seems more of a racing deal here where he just comes off the corner at a bad angle. Watch him. He's getting into the throttle here. Back tires are spinning, going sideways, and nowhere for Timothy to go. I think Matthew just missed him. Look at Jody. He's getting all the way out of the way. Scott Wimmer's so close. Nice job of the field for checking up. So it is just kind of a 2-car pileup. Let me remind you guys of what the points look like. Matthew Heel still in the picture. Currently P5, your points leader. Jacob Alicia missed the race, sadly, by about 45 seconds due to the new update today. But Jacob Alicia, he's a driver that could get a win just about anywhere, so I'm not too afraid of his playoff performance and if he is still a championship contender. But look at Christian Snyder. Right there in P3, he just needs another great average day. He's already led a lap. He has that bonus point. And I'm sure he'll stay locked in as one of our contenders. Behind him in points, Douglas Henry. And behind him on the track, that 66 car is your points leader. Or sorry, is your pole sitter of this race. And only a few shy of being the points leader. He could go out here and still win this thing. And of course, newcomer Callahan running P3 has the opportunity here to get himself on the board, get a win. It's a bunch of hungry drivers looking for their opportunity to steal a win here at Richmond as they go up through the gears. Christian Snyder with a good jump. Douglas Henry wasn't quite ready for it, and that's going to leave Anthony Callahan to his inside and making a run on the bottom. And he comes close to just about clearing him, but it looks like he gets tight. But now look at Matthew Heel in the picture. At 53 car, can't count him out yet. He's looking for some room. And look at the about 5 cars underneath the blanket jockeying for position. Douglas Henry is still trying to battle back on that outside. And like we mentioned earlier, when you're the leader and you see P2 and P3 fighting it out, you're going to pull away as much as you can, and you got to get some ground using that clean air. Matthew Hill way to the outside. It looks like Anthony Callahan might have just blinked out, but he's back in. Oh, look at the 72, just about chops the nose. Oh, and Lucas Lewis, he gets it to the back of him. He spins him. Oh, no. Daniel Honeycutt chopped the nose of what might have been, I think that might have been Greg Jodett and Lucas Lewis trying to stay in the gas to make up some position. Just had nowhere to go. The caution was not out yet as they go through turns 3 and 4, coming to the restart zone. Christian Snyder with the advantage. Anthony Callahan to his outside. Douglas Henry right up on the 32's bumper. Here they go, up through the gears. Some contact there. And it's a good jump from Christian Snyder as they go down to the turns 1 and 2. Anthony Callahan, he's going to full clear Douglas Henry. Matthew Hill on the top side brushes the wall. So did a few other cars. And oh, we got a spin in the back. Josiah Smith spun off of 2. That's going to be the caution. But it's the 32 of Christian Snyder. Has control of this race. And he's going to launch, and away they go. Matthew Hill quickly getting to the inside of Anthony Callahan as they go into turns 3 and 4. Lucas Lewis back there getting a little bit loose. But they're going to keep it stick. Matthew Hill all over the back bumper of Christian Snyder. And he's just going to go down to the bottom. And I'm sure he's going to try to clear him right here off the corner. It looks like he might. No, he does not. Christian Snyder still hanging on, but now Matthew Hill better run off the bottom. Dives into turns 1 and 2, opening up the door for Anthony Callahan to pass Christian Snyder on the bottom as well. But I would have to imagine Christian Snyder's still going to stay in his strategy. We could get another late race caution as it happens right in front of us. Lucas Lewis involved in another 19 car as well. Greg Jodett. And just like before, too much throttle on exit, too much turn in the car. And I mean, just Jodett has nowhere to go. Look at that. 2 tires off the ground. Across the front end of Lucas Lewis. Does Christian Snyder, I think, yep. Christian Snyder is now going to pit 1 extra set of stickers. When he comes out, he will be... Oh, but there's 3 cars pitting behind him. There's a couple of other cars with extra set of stickers. Samuel Lang might have another set of tires left to put on. Look at these guys. Greg Jodett has to come down for damage. Matthew Hill made his 4-cylinder class debut in real life at his local short track. He said it races a lot like Richmond, so I should suck here. He's been downshifting to 3rd in the center of the corners, but he has found himself in the lead with speed. Another bad start to the 13. Douglas Henry caught off guard as well as Matthew Hill retains the lead, and they fan out behind him. Look at the cars abreast, 2 wide. Thought we might have saw a 3 wide, but look at Honeycutt looking to the inside of Anthony Callahan, and it looks like he just might clear him as Douglas Henry waiting in the wakes. The 13 of Anthony is going to get down. He's actually going to try to charge the bottom of Daniel Honeycutt. Here comes Anthony Callahan. Looking to the bottom of that 72, and look at Mr. Christian Snyder from P8 to P4 with those fresh tires. He wants to mix this up. Close it to 2/10. Coming down the backstretch, just a few laps left in this race. Daniel Honeycutt, Matthew Hill. It's going to be a battle of the ages as here they come out of turns 3 and 4. Once again, Daniel Honeycutt with the advantage, but looks like he might have gave up just about a half a car lead of Matthew. Matthew, he can't get that car down in the center of the corner. Daniel Honeycutt, he's going to hit the line. He's going to get a good run off the top. And here he comes down the backstretch, filling up Matthew Hill's mirror. And you got to understand, Matthew, older tires against the Daniel Honeycutt car, but he has that fighting spirit. He knows if he comes out of here 2 wins in a row, it would be insane. Daniel Honeycutt still trying to run down Matthew Hill. Just a few laps left now. They're going to come up with 3 to go as I just saw Pal in the background get really loose off of 2. But it's a 2-car race. Daniel Honeycutt just about to the back bumper of Matthew Hill. Heading down the front stretch. Back into turn 22. Here comes, oh, Honeycutt, he gets in the back of Matthew Hill. He gets him sideways. I know that's not quite what he wanted to do, but he does move Matthew, and he does take the lead. I'm sure Matthew is not going to be happy about that one, but at the same time, the 72 was just trying to arc his corners and get a good run on Matthew, and Matthew just being slower on those older tires got the worst end of it. Probably not what Honeycutt wanted to see happen, but he is your leader, and with 2 laps to go, there is absolutely nothing Matthew Hill can do. but it was going to be another close finish. But it is Daniel Honeycutt taking the white flag. We have 5 restarts if we need to for OT, but I doubt we'll need them. Daniel Honeycutt, nice and easy now through turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch. One of the new faces of the league. The first time we've seen him on the PAL stage. And as he comes out of turn 4, it will be the 72 of Daniel Honeycutt, picking up first career start, first career win in the Player Advancement League. A little bit frustrated at that. I wonder if he's going to show his displeasure at the 72. Daniel, this is Noah up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, got a copy.
All right, Daniel. Well, in your first career start in PAL, you pick up your first career win. Would you consider that finish controversial? Kind of give us through what happened from your point of view as you got into the back of Matthew Heel there.
Well, I mean, I was by far the fastest truck or the fastest car all night, and I got bit by a speed penalty. Then I ended up getting punted in the back in turn 3 and sent back to the back again, so I had to go through the field twice. And well, it was coming down to 3 to go, and I was going to try to race him clean, and I didn't really mean to get into him. I just carried more speed than he did on the bottom, entering the corner, and I didn't really wreck him. He still managed to finish second. I just meant to rattle his cage a little bit, and that's what I ended up doing, and kind of sending him up the track a little bit and pull away with it.
Well, thank you for your take on that. Now, I want to say congratulations for winning a PAL race. The finish will be under review, but soak it in now as a winner. And I do understand that it was the call from the booth. It did look like you were just quicker in the center. Congratulations on picking up a win, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
Well, Matthew might not quite wanted to be the finish you wanted there at the end. Can you give us your insight on what might have happened there?
A lot of fun. I guess I shouldn't be too upset. I was probably about a 4th or 5th place car there. The Chef Colin Mabel was super, super fast. I don't think it had winning speed tonight. There were a few really talented guys in the field, but it had good speed. I felt like I was in a pretty good position on the restart. I got him pretty good, and he caught me from a second back, and that was my mistake, is letting somebody catch me from a second back. So that's on me. I'm a little bit disappointed with how he passed me there, but it is what it is. I understand with just a small handful of laps to go, you got to make your move. And if I was in his position, I probably would have done something pretty similar to that. So all in all, P2 is not too terrible. Better than P16 or P18. So we'll take it, and we'll get him back next week.
All right, I will share with you his point of view was, in fact, that he just didn't expect to carry as much speed as you into the corner, and so therefore it got into the back of you. Do you feel like that is a fair assessment of what happened there, or do you think there might have been a little bit of a throttle up or a more egregious take on you?
No, he was definitely there. He probably got to me from a couple car lanes back. I probably should have done a little bit better job and slammed the door, but I kind of let him get there thinking that he was going to kind of back out of it, and, I was kind of running that, upper bottom groove, and you just, when you carry that much speed into the corner, you drift up a little bit, and unfortunately that was my left rear that he drifted up into, and he got by me. I tried to get him back a little bit with a door slam, but I wasn't going to do anything to take us both out of contention. I'm not that stupid, but it is what it is. It's a good race. It's better than that barn burner of a finish that was going to be, him winning by probably 10 seconds there. So I hope the crowd or the broadcast got to enjoy that one.
Well, guys, that is going to be the conclusion of PALracing's Season 1 Race 2 finish here at the Confederate Capitol. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Noah Long here, and I'm so damn quick, they don't want to see me come out of the booth.